What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I low-key wasn't going to talk about this show. Y'all already saw the title. Y'all know what show we're talking about. I wasn't going to talk about this because I feel like there's nothing that could be said that hasn't already been said. I feel like there's nothing that I could add that people haven't added. So I'm really not even going to give my review about this show. Like, I'll talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But really, I just saw that it got canceled after the first season. And that just made me want to talk about a few things. So I guess I will end up talking about the show. But I had a whole review for the show. For The Idol. I had a whole entire review for The Idol. And I just scrapped it. I was sitting on it for a while. And I just scrapped it. It's one of the very few videos that I've actually just filmed all the way through, edited, and just scrapped. But we're going to be talking about it. Obviously, The Idol is a crazy popular show. Very divisive. By Sam Levinson and The Weeknd. Sam Levinson, obviously famous for Euphoria, among other things, and The Weeknd, obviously famous for being The Weeknd, among other things. And it's just crazy because I know that before they were the two main niggas involved, it was actually a female-led production, which I was more interested to see, and I feel like wouldn't have suffered as much. I'm low-key glad I'm making this video because there's so much I wanted to talk about surrounding this whole show. But I'm genuinely disappointed that we didn't get to see, like, the actual show. I was excited to see The Weeknd and Sam Levinson's interpretation, but now that we've seen this interpretation, it just makes me wish that we got the original. So, the grass is always greener, I guess. But low-key, I didn't think the show was, like, terrible, which is why I was gonna make the video. I didn't think the show was absolute dog shit like everyone was saying. I think that a lot of it came down to like stylistic choices and aesthetic, and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of just, I guess that's the main word to sum it up, a lot of aesthetic, a lot of nudity. But like what's crazy to me is people were like really talking up like the sex and nudity in this show, like seeing that it was gratuitous and that Lily Rose Depp was like naked the entire time. That was not the case. And I don't know what y'all are watching where you think that is gratuitous nudity, but I feel like, bro, this is HBO. Like, even on HBO, there's way crazier shit. Like, have y'all niggas seen Game of Thrones? I just started rewatching Game of Thrones, still on season 1, and even in season 1, every episode, bro, that shit is crazy. That doesn't, episode 1, the Idol doesn't even come close. And I feel like a lot of it is easy to notice because of the botched writing and production and directing and all that shit. So all of the flaws that are visible in the show are so much clearer to the eye because there's nothing really good to hide it all behind besides aesthetic and boobs. Speaking of which, not speaking of which, but I hope you're smoking along with me, saying hi with me, saying hydrated with me. If you're smoking along with me, now's your chance. We're going to fire up this Corleone, and we're going to keep talking about The Idol. Way too much water. What the fuck happened? But that did want to be a main point that I brought up. It's just the fact that I didn't think the show was that bad. And I feel like with the original director, with some better writing, with some production tweaks, I feel like this could have been a really great show. Really great show. And A24 was still connected. Obviously, got Rachel Sennett, which is an A24 queen at this point, along with Florence Pugh and all them. But she killed it in her role. And there were so many other people that just murdered this. Just killed it, bro. So good in this series. There was so much about the series that I loved. A lot of it was a mirror directly at the viewer, directly at Hollywood. I really fucked with that. I really like that. I feel like that doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. I feel like a lot of people really have never seen satire in their life, and I know that it has to be good, you know what I'm saying? But I genuinely feel like people were not getting the point of the whole Tedros character and the way that The Weeknd was playing him. Like, I understood the camp, and I understood the over the top energy and all that shit. I understood it right away. And everyone on Twitter was just railroading this nigga, bro. Like, just throwing him under the train, man. Just straight up shitting on this nigga. Specifically, bro, the scene was, I'll fucking drag you down Rodeo. I thought that was like the best of his acting in that show, and everyone was like, who is he trying to impress right now? What impression is he doing right now? Like, y'all niggas retarded for real. I thought it was a great portrayal. Thought that he was so skeevy and nasty and dirty with that little rat tail. Fuck, man. Fuck, that was such a great character. Like, Jesus Christ. I hated everything about him, which is what you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as it getting canceled, you know, the ending felt super rushed and super botched. I really wasn't a fan. I feel like if they had that one more episode, I don't know if it actually got, like, taken out or if they just did whatever, you know what I'm saying, editing choices, but the ending felt super crazy and super weird, and I think they could have done a lot better if they had more time, maybe gave another episode or two. But regardless, I don't think a season 2 would have worked, man. I don't think a season 2 would have worked to begin with. I think it's better as a limited series. I think it's better as just like a season of a show that we can just watch and experience. We were all watching the show together at the same time, and I think that's beautiful. Even though a lot of us hated it, you know what I'm saying? We were all watching something at the same time, collectively, and I thought that was beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And it was A24, which, you know, I'm always here for. But as far as all that shit, I guess that basically sums up everything I wanted to say about The Idol. Honestly, if I was gonna give it a rating, I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. I don't think it gets that solid 3, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's bad enough to get a 2. You know, I think it's right there. I think it right hits that sweet spot. You feel me? Last thing I want to touch on is the music. Also, the sex was like not hot, which is like neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? You can really like obviously, like, it depends, and you know what I'm saying, it's like a case-by-case basis, you know, and it's very what's it called, subjective, right? But like, I feel like it was not, like, from an objective standpoint, it was not hot. It was like awkward and weird, and I know that was probably done on purpose, you know what I'm saying? But it was crazy. It was just crazy. There was, but I kind of appreciated that in a way, because like during pretty much every sex scene, specifically like the first few, I was dying, bro. I was legit laughing, and that's so rare for me to like laugh and either like not be uncomfortable or just like not be like whatever, just like pull out my phone or some shit or whatever, or be like, oh, titties, you know what I'm saying, like whatever. This specifically, it was just hilarious, and that's so rare. That's so rare, and that was so funny. So if the show didn't give us anything, it gave us that. But that's really all I have to say about The Idol, man. I guess that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I scrapped my old video and I got to put out this one. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about The Idol. I'm sure there's some stuff that I also wanted to talk about that I'm forgetting right now that I wanted to talk about and get to in this video, but the video's already long enough. Whatever, bro. It's just The Idol. There's nothing that I can say that hasn't already been said. Go check it out, though. It's on Max, obviously. I got some more reviews coming out for you guys. We're almost 200 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, you know what I'm saying? All that YouTube shit. Like the video if you like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Also, low-key, I wanted to put this editor's note just at the end. I'm also doing this while I take a shit, just so you know. But I just want to talk about, like, everyone's talking about how cringy The Weeknd's, like, horny attitude is, and how crazy some of the shit he says in this show is, and all that shit, about how it's cringe, and about how, oh my god, like, can't believe he said that. Bro, this nigga has said way crazier shit, way cringier shit in his actual lyrics, right? So why all of a sudden, when it's being spoken instead of sung, it's a completely different story. I thought that was weird as hell. I feel like there's a huge double standard between The Weeknd's music and The Weeknd's acting. Like, he said so much crazier shit, specifically during the trilogy era. So I just don't understand how people who have been fans with him for so long, or fans of him for so long, could watch The Idol and be like, oh, that's cringe. Like, nigga, you listen to Trilogy.